Tubi Tuesday.
I usually add that music in post, but it's playing
The first Tubi Tuesday of the year.
now.
Is it?
And this, well, this movie is 2024. Okay, we did watch a 2025 movie already. We'll talk about that.
Wait, I think it is a 2025 movie, ain't it?
No, the doctor.
No, I'm thinking about the other. I'm thinking about this other movie that we're going to talk about next time.
A whole different movie.
Yeah, we'll talk about that movie next time.
Yes, stay tuned for next time on Tubi Tuesday.
Oh yeah, we know you guys listen or watch now. I'm trying to upload this every Tuesday. Oh yeah. Who started this? So I didn't realize this movie was a Chris Stokes movie.
So what other movie did he do?
Rock and Boat. Yeah, Rock and Boat. He did what was the other movie? He did a lot of movies.
He did Rock the Boat.
I think he did.
Yeah, he did Rock and Boat. He did with Mark Houston in it. He did. I mean, he also wrote it.
Did he do the Godmother?
Stepmother?
Yeah, Stepmother.
Yeah.
Stepmother.
I still haven't watched those movies.
Yeah, those are interesting.
But you say Chris Stokes and Marcus Houston. Basically, they just make all these Tubi original movies.
Type of Tubi movies. So this one is one. So how did you hear about this movie?
It was just in my suggested movies.
Mine too.
That's the top of our list.
Because
We've been all watching the same movie, so the algorithm like, look, y'all don't watch this.
Yeah, because I saw this pop up in my algorithm as well. Like, Marcus started it. So the weird thing about it, Marcus started the movie and took a picture and screen recorded or whatever. And I recognized one of the actresses in the movie, and I was like, oh, well, let me watch this right now then too, because I was going to watch it anyway. I just didn't know she was in this movie. And of course, the Tubi Facebook groups have been talking about it too.
Okay.
I remember seeing a trailer for this too, because I was like, why is there a black couple adopting a white kid? So that already intrigued me.
Right. Yes. And this movie starts off with the kid. It tells you who this kid is at the very beginning.
Right in the first 5 minutes.
So like you already know he is a murderer and a liar at the very
beginning. Which is I'm glad they didn't leave the suspense for that. Like they just straight tell you, because like if you watch like Orphan, if you remember that movie Orphan, they lead up to make you wonder if something's going to happen. You know, I mean, it's clearly a horror movie or thriller or whatever. But
or like The Good Son or something like that.
Yeah, with The Good Son. Well, I think you had clues with him,
but
they didn't tell you straight up. Yeah,
clues. Yeah. They showed you in the first second that
he definitely killed a whole family.
Yes.
We will. Me and Marcus were texting each other during this movie.
Okay. Y'all have a text.
Because we were watching it at the same time. Okay. Marcus had started it, and then he called me. He said, "Okay, we're going to watch this at the same time." And so from then on, we were texting each other, and it was crazy.
Yeah, it was wild.
You might have to read some of those texts as we move on. So,
because this movie did not go the way I expected it. Okay. I was expecting a certain way, and then as it went on, I said, "No, this is different." and one of the main different things is revealing that the kid is already evil immediately.
Yeah,
right. Like opening the movie with that.
Yeah, and so you mentioned like there's this. So this says like a year later after they show the murder of his original. Well, it wasn't even original. It was just another family. They're just like, oh yeah, what happened?
Yeah, another black family had adopted him.
They're what? They're dead? Oh no, what? You know, and they're talking to the cops, which Marcus Houston is one of the detectives. And then a year later, just a completely different family, and they're like, "We want a family. We're gonna adopt." Oh, laughter! Oh, joy!
Oh my God! We gotta talk about this family.
So perfect,
man. We gotta talk about this damn family. Me and Marcus just kept talking about this damn couple. They are the most stupidest couple.
Oh man, they just wanted a family.
They
That's
were
all.
blindly naive
They just wanted
and
a happy
trusting.
family.
Yeah.
That's all they wanted. And so they adopted.
They live in a magical world with marshmallows and candy. That's where they live.
Yeah, and so they find a kid and they adopt it, right? Well, I think they didn't have a problem because it was concerned that they couldn't find anybody, and so they're just like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
just so
Because usually,
hopeful.
yeah, because the mom can't conceive or something. They
They
can't have
talk about
kids of
that.
their own. I think. I mean, that's
They
usually
do
the
talk
case.
about that. Yeah, yeah. They
Okay.
talk about that. Like, yeah. And we've
But
seen
what do they
her
do
in a
there? They
couple
have a
different
really
movies
giant house.
for
What do they
just
do
the
for a
two of
living?
them.
Yeah, it's like no kids, just them and the giant house. And so
Yeah. Did they ever say what they do for a living?
I don't
Usually,
think
it's
so.
probably the husband.
Yeah, did she have a job? I don't remember. It wasn't important.
Yeah,
The most important
I
thing
don't know
is
what he does.
they've been waiting for a year and they meet and they get the kid and he's the kid that we just saw a few minutes ago. Oh, that's the
Just the
murderer
most
child.
adorable, well-mannered, well-behaved
But yes,
kid.
he does look adorable and he's very respectful and he's from
Right. He
he's
looks like straight out of Hallmark movie.
mm-hmm.
The one thing about this movie is they never mention race.
Right. No, they never mention the fact that he's a white kid. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're
Black
a black
family
couple.
adopted a white
But
kid.
it's
Yeah.
like
He look a little ethnically ambiguous a little bit. You know, he could pass. You know, he's probably
yeah,
Hispanic.
I don't think
Because
he's
then they show his
completely
parents.
white. Yeah, when they show
Yeah,
his
They
so
did
parents
show his
didn't look
parents later.
completely white. They look like
yeah,
they have
so
some Hispanic heritage
hmm
in their. So he could be a little
he
bit
could
of
have been,
Hispanic in there.
mixed and maybe they could have he could pass as one of them. One of them had another had another kid in a relationship from a previous relationship that could work. I've seen Stranger Things. So it's
Yeah.
not too far fetched.
Oh
But
yeah, and the couple they immediately want this boy to call him, for him
mom
to
and
call
dad.
them mom and dad
hmm
already.
Day
And he's
one,
like, okay, like Megan. He just got programmed. Like he's
yeah.
like, okay, mom, dad.
Do you want to
Like,
hear
oh,
their
that was
interaction
easy.
as they get started?
Yeah, a little bit of this.
Rice someday.
Say he went
Hold
to
on.
Jerry Rice
What you know
football.
about the Rice Man? Isn't that before your time?
Football's classic and timeless.
My perfect
Okay,
son.
he
we
sounds
gonna
like
get
an
along.
AI droid. Yes.
Look, you two boys can bond over football all day,
So they're
but
first
I
bonding.
think we should show Dylan his new room.
Hear the happy
Sure.
music.
Come on, little homie.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go check out that
Real
drip.
G-rated
Yeah.
Okay,
music.
you take him to
right
see his
now.
room. I'm gonna
It's
talk
like,
to Marshall.
all right,
Okay,
this
okay.
is perfect. And so that's the perfect family. He even loves football, just so the dad can talk football and what you know about Jerry Rice. Yeah, ha ha
He
ha,
like Jerry
football.
Rice.
Yeah, I can see Chris Stokes and Marcus Houston writing this in their computer. Ha 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 ha.
So I'm gonna share a little bit of the text between me and Marcus. This is after the first mom died, and they were showing the
Okay.
kid.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, she dies in the first minute," and Marcus said, "Evil for no reason." And then when we got to that part, I
Because the kid
texted,
was like, I ain't doing shit.
"Right, that's his first
that was
line."
the reaction. That is his first line in his movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, that absolutely is.
And so when we got to the part where the parents, I said, "They are way too happy in the beginning of this movie."
Yeah.
And Marcus said, "Way too happy."
Yeah.
Yeah. He always wanted a son, and this is perfection. That's what she said. But she did want a little girl. And this is the key too, because like she wanted a girl, and he wanted a guy, and so I think that's part of the journey of when she's thinking about adopting. So it's like I always wanted a girl too. So I think that the adoption person is kind of processing and thinking like maybe we can try to work something out. And so
Yeah.
Maybe it's because
really,
they're rich.
you
And they
know
got such a big house or something.
yeah, and they can have multiple kids, and so that's like, and so there really is there's a tendency to like want, she want to give her love to more people, and that's what she desires. So, but she just got a child, like an already life child. Like he's not a baby. He is a what 10, 8, 9, 10, something
Something
like that.
like that. Yeah, I think he's
Yeah, so
10 because he even asks her,
yeah,
"How
he's
come you didn't get like a baby to adopt?"
yeah, because I
Because
mean
that's usually the thing to do.
it's definitely more challenging, um, because they have life experiences already. And you don't know where they're going and what they're like, where they're coming from, the kid, and so you don't know. So it's just like you kind of take it. So you got to learn the family. But I mean, 10 years old, 10 whole years, but they'll experience their life. So yeah, that's their life. Happy, and they adopted a child. The end.
Yep, that's
Yep.
it. It's just a movie. There's no conflict in this movie. It's just a happy movie of a family,
They
of a new
adopted a
family.
child.
Yep.
Because at first, you would think if the movie, okay, it starts off with him murdering a family, that okay, but no, he just all he needed was a happy family. And
Right.
since he had a happy family, he's no
been
longer a
reformed.
murderer.
Yeah. He's
Maybe
reformed.
that's the case. So,
The end.
what's the wife's name? I gotta look
I
at
don't know. You just call
people's
her wife.
names.
Wife number 3.
Fine lady. I'm
Oh goodness.
sexy ass.
I guess. Wow.
I was just looking at the potential names. No, anyway.
Here we go.
You got the IMDb up.
Yep. That is Drew Sidora, who plays Carrie.
Her name is Carrie in the movie.
Yeah.
And she has
And
a
James
next door
is the husband.
neighbor.
Yes.
So Carrie and James live together. They have a neighbor, and the neighbor is watching her niece and nephew, I think, often. And her niece is a teenager. The neighbor's niece. Oh, no, the neighbor's daughter is a teenager.
Yeah. Is it
And yeah. I think that's what it
Melissa?
is.
Which one's Melissa?
I think the daughter.
Melissa is
Is
she
that
doesn't
the
have a-
is that the daughter or the mom? They don't have
Listeners.
pictures.
Yeah,
on-
they don't have pictures.
It's okay. We can figure it out. We'll just call them whatever names when we.
Yeah. It's
There's
Diane, and Melissa.
Okay,
One of them
Diane and
is
Melissa.
the mom. and
Diane
one
is
Okay,
the mom.
Diane is the
Melissa
mom.
is the daughter.
I see the picture.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. When they first walk in, I didn't know they were mother and daughter. I thought they were like two friends that came in.
Right. I thought they were like sisters.
Right. So I was definitely thrown off when I found out they were mother and daughter later on, like past
Right.
the scene and stuff.
They mentioned something about this is her daughter.
Oh,
Like, they
I
mentioned
didn't.
it.
I didn't catch.
I mean,
that.
it was quick, but it's like this is our neighbor and her daughter.
Oh, okay. Because I thought, yeah, okay. I mean, because it's obvious now when you look at them. I was like, okay, yeah, I
Yeah.
can see their mother and daughter. Because I thought they were
So-
just two friends or
Yeah,
sisters or something.
Yeah.
I honestly don't remember this scene much. I don't know.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
the
it was
whole
just a lot of introduction, a lot of
Yeah.
hugging,
Yeah,
introducing, and
Act One-
smiling.
Act
Yeah.
One is just very sugar coated. Just
Right,
everybody's
very-
happy, like he's just getting to know the family. Like, oh, you're trying to see how perfect child Dylan is and stuff, and
Yeah.
Evergreen
just-
love. He's asking, tough questions already. It's like, how do you know when mom was the one? Like they've been a family forever. This is the first.
Yeah. Play some of this.
We'll wind that conversation because he's like,
Yeah. Because
my
it's
sweet
like,
too.
what?
Makes me stronger.
Dad,
Goofy.
Yes, sir.
can I ask you a question?
Fire away.
they were just a happy family, like he's always wanted.
How did you know that mom was the one?
This is a conversation that
That's an interesting question, son. Hey, you got a long way to go before you think about finding someone, little man.
I know. I'm just curious.
Dad, what's a bad
Well,
bitch?
honestly,
this is
it
hilarious.
was love at first sight.
He's like,
I saw her in the grocery store.
Yes,
and
he
she asked
is.
me what all the beans were in.
this is the moment of just their true love.
She thought I worked there because of how I was dressed. I was offended, furious.
I loved her. Love is love,
But
you know.
she had the most beautiful smile, a smile that would light up any.
Yeah, whatever.
So they're the family. They're the family that would piss me off on Facebook and Instagram.
Oh wow, wow. Oh man.
Like I get it, you're fucking happy.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
funny.
Yeah. They already got matching pajamas in the next scene for Christmas. No, I'm playing.
Man, the dad is so goofy, man. He is
Man,
so
the dad
goofy.
is goofier than the mom.
He really is. He's just like,
Yeah.
hey, what is it, son? Oh, well,
Yep.
oh, my family.
I have a family.
Gather
You know,
around me, family.
One day I wanted a family, and now I have a family.
I wish they showed them like go out throughout the year. Like I want to see them on Christmas and just
Yes. Give a
enjoying their
montage.
family time.
It's a montage of family. That's the first act. The first act is just a montage of family. I want to be a best mom. I want to be the great mom. You know,
Mhm.
you are beautiful. I love you. I love you too. Okay.
Right.
You know.
A lot of
I
reassuring.
I
and-
absolutely have paid
Yeah.
attention, if at all, to that whole first, 20 minutes after
Yeah.
the first kill. So when does it get more interesting?
Oh, it's like a while to be honest with you.
But,
It's
wait. There's a part in the kitchen where
You need to
like that son, the son, he fucking Dylan fucking asked some really inquisitive questions. He's like, like, so what made y'all adopt me? And she was like, well, she was just explaining like, it didn't work out and blah blah blah, and like we decided to adopt you because they didn't have like a newborn or something like that. But they were happy they got him, so he was like, so I was your second choice. I'm like, whoa, that's a question like
I
a
didn't know
very
that.
mature, inquisitive person would ask.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so and a fair question to ask. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, wow, they really went there with this character. Like they developed him.
They did,
in my
develop
opinion,
him.
pretty well.
They
Yeah,
did.
they
I
did.
didn't think. I mean, watching this much again after, if I didn't watch that first scene, I wouldn't think that he was a murderer. They did really good because I was like, and I was like, maybe he doesn't want to murder. Maybe
he's a
he
cunning little
absolutely-
bastard.
Yeah.
What
Well,
he-
so since we already know he's a murderer, my thoughts were that he actually probably just wants a family. He just wants to get, it didn't work out with the other
See,
ones.
Josh, you would have got killed.
Yes, I've been walking in. I'm like,
Oh, he just wants a family.
son, you can call me. We've only known each other for 5 minutes, but I'm
Call
going to
me.
call you son, and you call me dad.
Call me Papa.
He come to my house acting that perfect. Be like, no, I don't trust that little
I
guy.
know. Actually, in real life, I definitely would trust it. I'm like, I
Oh,
don't
my
know.
goodness.
I don't trust people when they act too perfect. To be
No,
honest with
I'll
you,
wait.
I'm too skeptical myself. So
Mhm.
it's like you ain't that damn happy. Something going on.
Well, we get a new character that's introduced in the next scene.
Man, the villain of the movie.
Is he he's the villain? He's the villain of the movie.
Oh,
because
Ryan.
I mean, we spoiled the movie anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy comes in. Ryan is the little cousin to
The cousin
Melissa.
of the neighbor.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's the little cousin.
yeah. Diane's.
What's his
nephew.
name? What's his name?
Ryan.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So his introduction, his first scene, the first thing he does
Is play a
is
horrible
play
prank.
the worst joke ever.
He played a horrible, insensitive prank
Yeah.
on Melissa, and basically he had Dylan laid out on the ground like he was dead, and it was like a pool of fake blood under his head, and he was holding a real gun.
Yeah, a real
Right.
gun.
A real gun.
A real gun.
Mel! I'm so sorry. I don't know what to do. You gotta help me. Calm down. Okay, well, what happened? I found your mom's gun and we were just having some fun and I accidentally shot him. What the he's dead? What the hell? Ryan, I leave it up for 20 minutes and you killed him? Okay. Hello? 911.
Then
She
Ryan,
about to call 911. Then they get up laughing.
That
they
is
get up
not funny.
laughing.
I like
Laughing.
her reaction because she didn't give a damn about Dylan. I leave for 20 minutes and you kill him? Well, shit. how are we gonna clean this up? That's how her reaction was.
Well, I mean,
well, she called 911 though.
She did, yeah,
She was
she
about
did
to,
remain
she was about to be
calm.
like, look, there was an accident here.
This
you
boy
know
is
what I'm saying?
dead. I barely knew
she
him.
did smart. That was a smart, immediate reaction, not to clean
Yeah.
up the murder.
Because I wouldn't know what the hell
Yeah,
I was
call
doing.
Even I would have
ran out the
reacted.
room.
I wouldn't have reacted as calm as
Because
she
your
did.
cousin going to prison.
Right.
Man, I would have been like, oh my god.
I mean, seriously, he has a real gun.
I would have had a heart attack on the floor.
This is the
Then it would have
introduction.
been a real death.
Yeah, you had to call 911 for real. I'm like,
can't play a trick on my old ass.
but the problem is, after the conversation, and Mel was like, what's going on? Why would you do this? Then what Ryan said was like, hey, it was all Dylan's idea. And so, he did it. And I just was trying to, make him feel welcome. And he wanted to do that. And so then immediately after the male leaves, Dylan is like, why'd you lie? And he's like, well, you're a little white
You're the
adopted
new boy.
kid. Ain't nobody he didn't say white kid, but he was like, you're a little kid that's innocent. Ain't nobody gonna blame you.
Everybody, he already see that everybody's loving of him and stuff. So it's like, you ain't gonna get in trouble. I wouldn't get in trouble. So yeah.
Then he goes down the hall
immediately after this
and sees Melissa getting dressed or whatever, and he's like just standing there for a long time.
Yeah, she's
getting a good look.
Going to the pool. She gonna get putting on her pool outfit, which is bathing suits. But she got her door wide open.
Right. I was
she
about
does
to
have
say
the
that.
door wide ass open
with a neighbor in the house. Like that's not realistic.
No, don't. No, come on.
So he was like, opportunity. So your first sign is this creeper is watching you. Close your door. I don't care how old he is.
They made it seem like a very creepy scene for him to be watching her, but he's 10 years old. His teenage girl is getting dressed. Come on. She got the door wide open. He's not creepy. He's a normal little boy. That's what I'd say out of that scene.
I mean, normal.
A very similar thing happened to me when I was that age. Josh knows this story, I think.
I don't think I do.
I was staying at a friend's house, and his older sister was getting dressed, or she was in the bathroom. She had just taken a shower or something, and I was going to the bathroom, and I opened the door, and I saw just a little bit for just a little while. I saw just a little bit, just real quick. And she heard him close the door. She said, "I'm here," and I was like, "Oh shit." And I never told her.
Oh man, that's funny.
I had a friend, so a similar thing, which it was weird. It was kind of a lie. I was staying at a friend's house, and he also had an older sister, and I think she had took a shower and like she ran from I think she was in a towel or something that she ran from the bathroom to her room. And I think I turned to look and that's it. And my friend, he told everyone at school that I had got a boner from looking at her real fast. I was like, wow. That was first. Obviously, it was a complete lie. I was like, how would I get a boner that fast? I didn't even see her.
I know.
Wow.
And why are you looking that quick at the
Why are you looking?
My sister going in the room. Josh pants. What?
Because I remember him telling that story. I was like, what? That didn't happen?
Yep.
Kids are so stupid.
So, I hope that person's listening now. You're lying. Oh, goodness. So
man, this scene.
So
when they go to the pool.
Explain that, Marcus. Go ahead. Explain that.
So they go to the pool and they find out that.
All right, just pause it, please. Pause it. All right, now
Josh cannot handle this.
Okay.
It's too much. But yeah, Marcus explained it.
So they go to the pool and they see that Dylan has these horrible like bruises, scars, burns all over like
It's
his
like his
body, like
kneecaps,
particularly like his legs.
his
And
kneecaps
his
look like they
kneecaps
were
was like
blown off.
right. They
That's
look
what they look like.
just horribly abused.
Right, right.
And then
Just
so
like
it's like,
no
hey, what
skin on
happened?
his
He was like, oh, nothing. And then they go to this flashback where he gets horribly abused by his dad. Like,
I think that's his real
all
dad.
he was doing,
Yeah.
right? I think this is his real dad.
Yeah, it is.
And all he was doing was asking for dinner.
Right.
Asking, hey, when are we gonna or it was more like, am I gonna get to eat?
Yeah,
Because it was like, I'm making this for me and your mama.
The dad's in the kitchen cooking, and then he's like, you know,
He's like, I'm making this just for me and your mom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Ryan asked what happened,
Yeah,
but
you
yeah,
see.
it does look bad. Yeah, are you gonna
just
play
want
it?
You want me to play the audio?
Yeah, play the
No, you
audio.
don't. Please don't.
What are you doing up, man? It's past your bedtime.
He
But
said
Dad, it's only 7. Plus, I didn't eat yet.
Ma, I don't care, you little sissy girl. This food is for me and your mama.
didn't
I ain't
write
making
this
you
movie.
nothing. Now get your ass back to bed before you make me mad.
It sounds like this whole scene is ad lib.
But Dad, I'm hungry.
Shut up and do what I say, or you're not gonna eat for another week.
another week.
Dad, please.
Alright. So he threw hot grease on the kid.
Right.
And then he proceeded
beats
to
him.
take his belt off and beat him.
And this part, now it's an intense scene. I was laughing because the actor playing his dad is too much into the role.
He's too much into whooping him.
Yeah,
He's like jumping up in the air with the belt.
like the kid is.
He's like
tiny.
jumping into it.
He's way into it.
It's so intense, and like, so the mom,
Like his knee don't even look that bad right there.
right there, it just was.
Oh
worse.
yeah, and then the mom, to make it worse, the mom is like, "This is all your fucking fault.
Right, blaming him and stuff.
Like, you made him like this.
Right.
He wasn't like this till you came along." It's like the dad is dealing with postpartum issues.
Mhm.
Right.
So he mad, but the kid is old at this point.
He never could recover. He never recovered.
7 years later, and it's like
He never
man.
recovered.
Right.
He couldn't recover.
Well, this definitely humanizes Dylan because I felt
Mhm.
bad for Dylan. I was like, okay, like
That's what
even though
I
we
mean.
know Dylan's a killer,
Yeah.
Right, they developing them well.
Yeah, there's a good developed character, and the kid is a decent actor enough
he's
to,
great.
to play. But he's menacing sometimes,
Yeah.
and then he's just sweet sometimes. So
Right.
that's what you want.
right. So yeah,
so yeah, Melissa tells her mom about the scars on Dylan's legs.
but she don't say nothing about the gun situation.
Don't
She
say nothing
definitely
about the
does not.
gun.
She
Mhm.
definitely does not. Yeah, that's because Ryan admit that he found the gun in Diane's room.
Right, it was her gun.
Yeah, it's her gun. It's like in her drawer, in her
Yeah.
room or something like that, or under her bed. I forgot we said where it was.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So this is the second scene with Dylan and Ryan together. They're friends, neighborhood friends. Which, pause. Like, I understand. Maybe they're just playing together because the parents are at home, are at working. But I'm like, they just moved. They just got this kid, and now he's being babysit by the next door neighbor teenager. And you're like, don't you have time to develop? Like, I mean, I understand that, but it's like, can you develop the relationship with him a little bit? But maybe time is passed.
Talking about with these two?
I'm talking about the
With the
parents
parents?
of the adopted parents. Like they're not really spending much time with.
Oh yeah. They
child.
just adopted this kid. And he all over the place.
Yeah, he's just running around. So they go to like a community center, and then Ryan throws a rock at the community center. He was like, let's destroy it. And then he was like, no, don't do that. That's crazy. No, let's just do it. And then he throws it, hits a rock, and then immediately a cop comes like, you kids, you hoodlums. And then when the parents get confronted, they're like, what happened? And then Ryan's like, Dylan's idea. I wanted.
Dylan did it.
I said it was no trespassing and we shouldn't go. But Dylan said do it. So I just wanted to be a good friend. And then
So
they were like, Dylan, why'd you
Ryan
do
was
that?
becoming a problem.
He is a huge problem.
And I knew kids like Ryan who would lie all the time on you so they wouldn't get in trouble. I got in trouble as a kid for throwing a rock, which I didn't do. I actually got in trouble had to sit down with the vice principal and everything.
Like
yeah, it was like I was pretending to throw rocks at the bus every day, and I wouldn't. And then the other kid, he actually threw the rock at the bus, and so the next day they grabbed my ass and had me because they assumed that I was the one since I kept pretending, and I got in trouble. That was a bad year.
Yeah.
That was a bad 12 years. No.
Oh, goodness. So yeah, but the parents don't respond like super aggressively to
Dylan.
Dylan, yeah, they just tell him go to his room and stuff like that.
And he's like, this bullshit. He like, boy.
And I'm like, this kid is bad, and he's not.
Yes, Ryan is not a good.
He is not
kid.
a good. Well, his parents aren't around, so it's like he's being taken care of by his auntie. For some, like, I guess the mama of Ryan's mom obviously knows that he's a bad kid. She don't want to be around.
She's
him.
like baby kids or
She
something.
just dropped him off. Like,
she's
go
like
to your
baby.
auntie house. Shoot, I'm tired of you. Get out of my house. Go to your auntie house. Hang out with your cousin. Leave me alone. You know.
Yep.
And so now he has somebody to blame all his shenanigans on. Let me blame this little innocent kid. You know.
Right. They should have. I mean, given Ryan's track record, they should have knew this. No, Ryan, this sounds like some shit you would do.
Exactly.
If he's that's what it seemed like. Because it's like suddenly this kid showed up and do all the like.
Are you sure you didn't throw the rock?
The auntie should know her nephew. You know, like should know her 13-year-old nephew to know what he was up to and what he was doing. Because she was all like, "You should know better. You're older. Like you know him. You know he crazy.
Right.
You know, like this ain't new. He ain't start this. I'm thinking about it. Like I have nieces and nephews, and I know exactly what they would do." Yep. You know, you kind of know
pretty
them.
much guess who did what.
It's like, yeah, you did that. I know you did that. So blaming that kid, you should be ashamed of yourself, man. You know. So then, instead of spending more time with if they
Dylan.
even believe that Dylan was acting out, because I'm like, okay, if they think that, it's like, well, they need to spend more time with him because they've been neglecting him. Yeah. What do they say?
They're just as happy as they were on the first part of the movie.
But they're saying, let's get a daughter.
This is a part of the movie where I lost it. I'm like, are you absolutely kidding me? Who does that?
2 weeks after that happened. Yeah.
The incident.
Pause it.
Okay.
Because we got to lead up to that.
Who does that?
Mm-hmm.
You adopt a child. You have a child.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you conceive a child. Mm-hmm. And, you have a child.
Yeah.
You know how many weeks, how long it takes to just adjust to that.
The reality
newborn
of having
in your house. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now let's take it up a notch. You've adopted a child.
Mm-hmm.
This is a sudden change in your life.
And his or hers.
You know what I mean? This isn't even, you didn't even have the 9 months to be like,
to prepare. You just had
to kind of watch this thing come about. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, this is a sudden lifestyle change.
Yep.
We talking about a newborn that can't do nothing, say nothing.
Right.
You adopt a 10-year-old boy who's already been from house to house.
Right. You know
that's going to take even more time. You need even more time to adjust. Right. And y'all get to know each other. And you know what I'm saying? Like this, he got a whole life before you. Like you got to get to know this person.
Time. Right. It's a whole
right.
It's a whole person.
Like, you know what I'm saying? A decade of something. You know, it's a lot.
Let's adopt a daughter.
Right. 2 weeks later.
2 weeks later.
After the incident.
Oh, his kid doesn't have abandonment issues. Let's not,
That was not a good idea.
That was the most.
They're too focused.
That was the most irresponsible.
They just wanted a family so hard.
It goes with their personality. They're too focused on being happy.
That's what it was on their dreams.
They were not satisfied
Right.
They just want a big happy family.
No, they want their dream. They have a checklist for all their dreams. Big ass house, nice ass cars. You know what I'm saying?
Picket fence,
and all that shit.
Beautiful looking people.
You know, they gonna eventually have like a Labrador Retriever and a tire swing. Like they got a whole checklist. They got the checklist. Shit. Son, daughter. Okay,
daughter's the next check.
Right,
off the list.
right.
And they want it now.
They want
right this second.
They want it all right now.
I mean, I think that I honestly think I'm not a I think adoption is actually a beautiful beautiful image and it's respectable and everything like that. But definitely, like if you want to adopt more children, that's okay. You know, like I'm not against adopting.
But take your time.
Exactly. Like build the family like a normal at least 9 months. You know what I'm saying?
Like you got to get used to each other, and
there's a reason why no one's pregnant for 9 months.
You can have twins. You can have twins, but they're literally at the same time. But you can't
at the exact same time. So they
grown children come at that. That's like two completely different lives. But
because my first thing is I'm gonna be like, they're gonna rival each other because you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
I mean that's
why wouldn't that be the first thing
that
you
happens
think about?
with siblings that are natural born? You know,
right? Man, that happens with pets. If you got a dog, you're not going to buy a cat immediately.
Yeah, you're gonna give it some time. You remember my horror story about when I tried to have a second cat?
Oh, that
I mean, it wasn't a horror story, but
it was a lot of adjusting.
He didn't take to it well.
Yeah.
So it's not the second cat is no longer around.
Oh no, we've been got rid of it. No, he didn't attack him or anything, but
it just was not a good.
It just wasn't a good. It wasn't good for Quantum, our original cat. Everybody, and that's who we did it for. So if he wasn't happy, then we got to respect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
respect the hierarchy. Respect the pride.
Right. Cat is like, no, I don't like this. This is weird. I don't know who this is. This is my house. Who is this? Get them out.
These are my people. This is my house.
So they're literally talking about adoption. A little girl. They talk about this while they're in bed.
And they're
and stuff.
happy.
Of course, because that's all they can see is their happiness.
Yes.
Like, we haven't been a whole.
Love you. You know, I need a daughter. Yes, we can have a daughter because we've done so well with our son for the last week.
Man, if you get into a relationship,
he's only throwing a rock at one window.
If you get into a romantic relationship, you don't move in together after a couple of days.
You say that. I know people who've done that.
And are they still happily together right now?
No.
Bingo.
Oh goodness, that's the key right there. So okay, all right. After that scene, I didn't know what was going to happen next, but I anticipated this was going to happen.
So this next part,
you ready?
Well, I was going to say I got a little bit ahead of Marcus when we was watching it.
Oh, okay.
Because of the commercials weren't lined up for us.
Yeah.
And Marcus said, "Now it's playing commercials," and I said, "I'm 5 minutes ahead. I'm gonna wait." Then I said, "I'll know once you catch up with me."
That's funny. That was this spot. That's when you knew.
Yes. I was like, oh, he hasn't said anything about this yet.
Oh, man. I was watching this live. That's great.
Yes, and I waited for him.
So what is about this that you would know? Listeners, tell the listeners, if they haven't watched this yet, what was about to happen or what happens.
We see Ryan's dead body laid out on the table with blood. And this ain't no trick.
Right. He's sitting in a chair facing, like, leaning all the way forward.
And there's like,
and his head is like on
like that.
Right. His head is on I guess the coffee table or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's attached to his body, but he's clearly dead.
He's got shot in the head or something. So,
but then we find out that Dylan smashed his face in to the table and then shot him in the head.
Yeah,
like, that was kind of like, why did you do it that way? Why wouldn't you just shoot him in the head if you go shoot him in the head?
Well, it's just like when we talked about what was it? Sloppy
'Cause
Seconds.
Wouldn't forensics like show that?
Yeah.
Forensics might have shown that, but you remember Sloppy Seconds when the boyfriend gets shot in the back of the head, and we said that wasn't good enough for him.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
That's probably how Dylan was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, nigga.
I mean, I had a not a concern. I had a the cop
Dylan
asked the
called him a
lady.
nigga.
I was wondering if he's gonna catch that.
Goodness, that's funny. So the cop, they're interviewing the mother. So it's in the house, and so I guess
man, I got something to say about
Diane.
this scene.
Okay.
So, because you're describing it right, like they all walk in or whatever, and they
I was just gonna say before that part, like the cop asks the mother, like, why do you have a gun? Accusation wise, I'm just like, you grown. It's the Second Amendment right.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
own
What
your
the
own
fuck kind of
gun.
question
Like,
was that? Like, why do you own a gun? Like,
why
the fuck
do
you
I
mean?
own a
Why I
gun?
own a
Like,
gun?
yeah,
but she
'Cause
had a
I
gun
can.
because her husband was a cop,
but I mean,
and her husband died.
Even if her
anybody
husband
can
wasn't a
have
cop.
a gun if you grown in America.
I'm not a cop.
You know, you a grown
I got
person
one.
legally. This the Second Amendment
So-
right.
Right.
So like, the question should have been more like, why wasn't your gun better protected, or do you have
right,
a
right,
safe,
secured.
something like that?
Yeah,
You know, like, do you
Right.
keep like that's the kind of stuff that
Right.
you should
That's
ask.
the proper question. Like,
Mhm.
what?
Where's the safe?
How
When is
was the gun
security
and the like?
secure?
Right.
How do
It's
you keep
not,
your gun
Why do you
secure?
have a gun?
Yeah.
The fuck
So-
you mean?
what I wanted to say about that scene when they discovered Ryan's body and they're all talking to police and stuff, and then the neighbors come over, who is the parent, James and Carrie and Dylan all come on. I was like, why the hell are y'all just letting these people walk in?
Yes, that's another thing.
They just
Active crime
walked in
scene.
with no problem.
It is an
In
active
real
crime
life,
scene.
They will stop like, no, you have to stand back. And they're just like, what happened? Whoa, is that a dead body of my kid's friend?
My
They
neighbor's
might as well take
my
down the
neighbor's
police tape.
niece, my neighbor's cousin.
And,
Like, it's
and
not even
Dylan's right there. Oh no, Ryan, my friend, he's dead. Like,
Every time I have a friend, something happen. He just running his mouth.
just
Re-
saying-
rewind
and
that
the
shit,
police are
what
like-
he's saying right there, because it's like
nobody's
this nigga's
stopping them like,
suspicious
y'all
as
need
fuck.
to leave. Y'all need to leave. And nothing like that. They're just allowing these people to walk in.
Oh, in real life, you wouldn't have got past that door.
No,
Right.
No.
At
You
all.
wouldn't have got in the damn door.
That's why I was
Not
like,
at
how
all.
the fuck did y'all get in?
They just walk right in.
have a gun, but it was never loaded.
And where's your husband now?
He's not with us since 5 years ago. I can't believe this.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Rowe.
Walk right in.
Whole family walk right in the crime scene.
Right.
What happened to him?
That's Dylan.
What happened to Ryan?
It'd be different if the
What
cops
happened to my
wasn't.
friend?
Listen to Dylan.
Something bad happened.
Okay, son.
Yep.
Even the parents shouldn't have brought him in there like that, too.
No,
But
why would you?
What he
bring-
said,
Yeah.
isn't that a dead giveaway?
Of course it is.
To me, it's like, okay, this kid came in here acting funny as hell. He was acting
Cop
way
should have
too.
been
He was
suspicious.
acting Megan as hell.
Yeah. He walked in. Robot.
He was acting AI,
Mhm.
Steven Spielberg AI,
Yeah.
like a motherfucker when he came out.
Yeah. Yep. hmm
And now and now suddenly this kid is dead, and he's like, every time I ever friend something bad happens, oh my god, what happened to my friend? What happened to him? Like, you did it,
Those fake tears coming out.
right?
Putting something in his eyes to make his tears come out.
Yep. So yeah.
So,
But
Dylan,
I was kind of like, I mean, it's a movie, and the kid kind of, the one that got killed. I mean, kind of put it on yourself. I don't know.
kind of deserved it.
It's a movie.
He kind of had his coming.
It's a movie. It's a movie.
I mean, this is Jason's lawyer. He admits that he does not condone murder.
Yes,
especially of children. So carry on with this. Carry on with this podcast.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you, lawyer.
I'm glad we have all our lawyers
such-
sit in the podcast anytime.
Yeah, they good lawyers. All right.
This
so what
kid
happens
is
next?
he's a bastard of a liar, man.
Yeah.
Listen. This dude is like, he made up a whole story just now.
Yep.
When his mom asked him, are you all right? Like, do you know anything or whatever? He made up a whole story.
He
and
kind
then it
of
reveals what he did.
Well, he kind of admit to what happened at first with them playing a trick on Melissa. And so that part was true. So he told the truth at that part, but then the rest of it was definitely a completely made up story. And then they showed what actually happens.
Yeah, he slammed his head on the table, and then he put the gun in Ryan's hand.
Yeah.
And squeezed the trigger, which I that's never practical in a movie to me. I don't think that.
Yeah, your hand
at some point,
your
hand is going to touch the gun.
Right. But
Your
in movie land, you can do that. That's probably why Dylan's hand, prints is not on the gun or whatever.
So
man, that fake cry. Yeah, he all smiling, and then winks at the camera.
Winking at the camera. Oh, that lady is cute.
Oh, this scene. Oh my god.
What's this scene?
Oh man, when we finally meet Ryan's mom only has one scene in the movie.
No, she has not been around.
Yeah, she's only in one scene, and then she calls it. You might have to play this scene.
Because the scene is the funeral. It's the funeral, or the wake, or like the after the funeral. It's like it looks like the after the funeral.
Don't talk to me, Diane. This is your fault. I am so sorry, Julie. Sorry, me. If you would have been more responsible, he would have never found your gun. Please. No, I hate you. You're not my sister anymore.
Yep.
So
what are you looking at?
Mm-hmm.
It's so dramatic.
Yep.
I mean, it makes sense. But
they at her house. They had the funeral at her house, I guess.
They probably just had to wake at her.
Yeah,
house.
like they after the funeral. So so she went through the whole funeral of her son, and then after the fact, went off on her
sister. Yeah,
because she just came to her senses, like, you know what, it's your fault. You the one. And so
instead of even though I know Ryan didn't really kill himself,
even though
he was still playing with the gun.
Right,
he was still a troublemaker.
Right.
So, not saying he deserved it at all.
Right.
But
right.
The mama should have been yelling at the sister when your son was an asshole. Just saying.
Yep.
You blaming the sister for not hiding your gun and not pointing out, well, his crazy ass is playing with it. That should tell you. I mean, when I was a kid, when I was 10, and Ryan is older, when I was 10, I was able to get access to a gun. But my dad instructed me on the safety of gun use.
Right, he did
at an early age.
Yeah, we learned that early, and it was never like
this is not a toy.
It's not a fucking toy.
Yeah, so we
that's
knew
the first thing about this is that it's not a toy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we knew where it was, and then we knew not to play with it.
Right,
and
like
it was
for
never,
real.
It
was
never
instructed.
Like, it was
right.
never. We never played with it. Like it was not a toy. So yeah. So after the death of his friend, they're like, you know what? I got an idea. Remember that conversation we had right before the death.
The night he died.
The night he died. Let's get that
before that little bad thing that happened.
Yeah, let's go ahead and finish our adoption papers real quick. It was like
and then they got another like. How old is this kid? Like 5, 6?
That's what it looked like.
Adorable child, you know.
Man, they
but
got
another whole person.
A whole person that's a whole talking person.
And they doing the exact same scene they did with Dylan. They doing for her.
They all lifting her up. They all gathered around her, doing her hair, playing with her.
Tickle.
And then they just go back to
your mom. You're our daughter. I love you. That's so
hilarious. Over to Dylan lurking in the shadows.
That's so hilarious. Why aren't they all playing together? They wanted to press his family so much.
Man.
Oh my goodness, you're so.
It's like
precious.
they immediately forgot about Dylan.
You are perfect.
Just like Dylan thought.
Wait. That is hilarious to hear. Like the audio. I just read the.
They're so happy.
Oh, just let me fix her phone.
Oh no, you're a mom girl. Yes.
They act like she's a baby. Like they just gave birth.
Keep listening. This is Dylan's face.
Oh my goodness, you are so precious. She is perfect. I love you.
That's so
okay.
hilarious.
I gotta say something about that. Why don't you just go over there and play with them too?
I mean,
he's not being left out on purpose.
I get it. I mean, it's like they adopted one. He just murdered his next door neighbor.
His whole family.
He murdered his whole family and his next door neighbor. And then
he's sad.
So
he needs comfort.
Me and Marcus were texting each other a lot during this part.
All right.
So Marcus said, "Why would they adopt another kid so soon?
What I was
Stupid."
Thinking. That's
and I said, "Exactly," in all caps.
Exactly.
And I said, "Wait a couple years. Maybe they should have been foster parents first.
Wait a couple years. Right. Yeah. Foster. Yeah. Yep.
I mean, it makes sense. I think that's clear. Like that is an obvious. Like come on, y'all, that was stupid.
And these kids already going at this scene right here had me cracking up because these kids going at it. Rewind just a little bit because you can hear them kids talking to each other, and then it goes to the parents. Oh, look at them. Yeah.
Along just great, baby.
Dylan is such a sweet little boy.
They're getting along just great.
Yeah.
And Bella should just fit right in.
They're not your mom and dad yet. You gotta earn that. Well, they're not yours either. Look here, little girl. I'm the child of this house. And I could either make your life good or a nightmare. You choose. We'll see about that.
These kids were good.
That was great.
They were good together.
Yep.
So
really hitting it off.
What the fuck are y'all looking at?
They're like in another.
Are y'all even listening? Y'all act like they on the other side of the house. They
we were
right
always a real
there.
family, but now we're complete.
Yep, that's it though. That was the line.
We're complete.
We're complete. That was the thing. That was what. Here's to completeness. They literally cheer to completeness. Everything that we were talking about before.
They are the probably the dumbest couple I've seen in a movie like this.
To get
period.
Adopted. They don't care nothing about them kids. They just
no, they don't. They're possessions.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
They could just prove that they can provide a carefree, high quality of life for the kids. They make it clean and safe and
safe.
You know, they got plenty of money.
Yeah,
and
money.
So, you know.
So when we just heard that scene between Dylan and the girl, what's the girl's name? I forgot. Bella.
Yeah, sound right.
I thought that Bella was evil too. The way they had set that up. So I was thinking this is going to be like Problem Child 2. You ever watched Problem Child 2?
Yeah.
Yep, that's what I thought it was going to be.
I would have been here for that. I would have been very here for that. So
because Problem Child is the
too, Josh.
Yeah, I did, because Problem Child is the is basically the comedy version of this movie. The first Problem Child.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where they adopt a kid and he's all evil and stuff, but it was a comedy. And then Problem Child 2 knows he waited to a whole nother movie, not the same damn movie. They get a second kid that's evil or whatever. But yeah, I did text that. because I told Marcus, I said, "Is Bella evil too?" He said, "Seems like it." He said,
Yeah,
"Stupid."
because that scene looked like they was setting
kinda
it up
eerie.
for
It was
her
like-
to be evil.
Yeah.
Like, well, let's see about that, and they played the eerie music,
Yeah.
So I mean, and they had a couple of mistakes, but this was their biggest mistake. The adoption agency also should not have allowed that. They should
Yeah,
have been
they
like,
shouldn't.
you
Yeah, I
Right.
know.
So back
because
to
they're
back
rich.
like that. Like,
Yeah, it's like, you
are
should
y'all
have
sure?
waited,
Marcus
like,
said. Marcus said in the text, "Stupid parents keep adopting evil kids."
Yep. But yeah, so Dylan's like, I don't feel like eating. I don't got time. But it's your favorite food. Go pray. Pray for the meal. Like, I ain't got time for this. I'm tired of this. Y'all, I don't like y'all. I'm mad. Go to my room.
Right. And I texted and I said, "So I don't blame Dylan for being pissed.
I really don't. I don't blame Dylan right there." And that was funny. He's the dad come in. It's like, "Hey, can I talk? Did you ask Bella?" That was actually pretty funny. If it's okay, because you all, Bella's okay to come in. It's like let's have a father and son talk again. So he's, we're gonna have to make it. It's like it'd be different. Honestly, it would be different if she actually got pregnant, and then, they would have been like, "Hey, like, I know we adopted, but now it's time, add another. You're gonna be a big brother."
I just realized something, Jason. So all these movies are not about the evil kid or entity. It's about the stupid person as part of it. Because I couldn't help but to think about AI. So you remember in AI when the mom got this kid, Haley Joe Osment, and got this kid, but meanwhile her son is in the hospital. And then he wakes up, and so now you have
son.
so now she has two sons.
Oh yeah,
and of
that's
course
right.
they're
That
gonna
did
bump
happen.
heads.
Yeah.
Yes. And so me and Jason watched this movie that has Megan Fox. That was the same type of thing where Megan Fox is an AI. She's a robot, and this guy and his daughter, he buys the Megan Fox robot.
Megan Fox was an AI robot, you would know what happens.
I mean, come on. But but his dumbass, well, we didn't know because the movies had set up that made it look like his wife was dead, but it was just like the movie AI. His wife was in the hospital, so she was still alive. But he bought a Megan Fox robot. Like this, like, are you fucking stupid? He said, "No, I'm fucking Megan Fox the robot."
Yep. Yeah, that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. So these movies are about the stupid person, not the evil character. So the parents are the villains in this movie.
Yes, part of it. Well, I mean, I don't. So Dylan he killed Ryan because Ryan was a douche. Ryan was making life hard for him. And now Dylan's pissed again because this stupid parents went and adopt this little girl immediately.
So you think that he wouldn't have murdered if, because he ain't try to murder everybody.
Yeah, I think that Dylan actually was trying to find a normal family.
You don't think he was just trying to be a serial killer?
No, I don't think that. Where other movies, they show that they're kind of like that. Like, I'm going to be a murderer. I'm going to be crazy. I think Dylan was actually trying to find a normal family. And he's just getting rid of things that's in his way. That's why I compared this movie more to Megan, because I think Megan was just protecting the little girl in the movie.
Yeah.
And she was just getting rid of things that were getting in the way.
How they get a family picture so quick? They was like, because they wanted to be complete. They took
they had the document.
Their goofy ass would do that. Think about how goofy these parents are.
Let's take a family photo.
They probably did that day. They did that day. The day she showed
girl
up.
arrived.
They was like,
let's
we're going to get
to your room right after we go to JCPenney.
Exactly.
Pictures, mate. Did JCPenney still do pictures?
Or Olin, what's it called?
Olin Mills or Olin
something.
See how old I am.
Yeah, I don't know. People.
Well, whatever expensive, because they'll go to the expensive ones, knowing them.
Well, Sears, was that Sears or JCPenney?
Sears did the pictures.
Sears, that's what it was. Sears. JCPenney ain't did no damn pictures.
Maybe they did.
Pictures. I think they did.
But Sears was known for it. But Sears was closed down though.
Yeah, Sears doesn't exist. R.I.P. Sears. Moment of silence for Sears. Anyway. I don't know why. Okay, all right. What else is happening in this movie? Because we kind of know what's going to happen. We didn't talk.
don't
I
want
mean,
anything bad to happen to you.
yeah.
So, yeah, you might have to fast forward a little bit.
Yeah.
To when they're at the pool.
Oh yeah.
Oh, but this scene. Oh yeah.
Rewind.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
yeah.
line. That's the line that he said at the beginning. The scene that he did with your homegirl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's
I
the
just
phrase
believe
saying?
that was Kelly. Why does everything have to be my fault?
Because you're the older brother.
That's the flashback.
You're supposed to be looking out for your sister. She's a girl. You should be setting a good example. Now apologize to your sister.
I ain't saying shit for something I didn't do. You're right,
Me
Mom.
cracking up. He said.
Yeah.
So he had a.
So that was a
flashback.
flashback, yeah, to his
To his
previous.
yeah.
he's
Shout out
trying
to
the family
Tay.
he just killed.
Shout out to Tay Nelson.
But he was
Okay,
trying
so
to.
okay, Brenda Bradshaw is who she played then. Okay.
So you were trying to. She was trying to. So the mom was trying to make sure that there was no beef between the daughter, and so he was having flashbacks of the last time that he murdered the entire family.
Right.
Because that's what happened.
So he had done this before, like had a
Like,
little
yeah.
sister, which the other family did. I don't know if they didn't say if the other little girl was adopted or
No, they didn't.
they're natural. But either way, he had them all murdered. He murdered the entire family.
Yep, he did.
So, yeah, now they're at the pool. Melissa is watching Dylan and Bella at the pool.
Did he already hit on Melissa yet?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
You're spoiling things.
Oh, goodness. I forgot. I thought we skipped it. I forgot.
No. Because I text.
His knees got healed, though. We noticed that part.
They did. Wow. The power of with the power of family.
Yeah, the power of family healed his knees. He ain't got no scar on his legs at all. Not an ounce of scar. You notice that his knees are completely scarless. But anyway.
He drugged the girl to the, hey, yeah, we can swim on the big side of the pool. Like,
right,
no, I can't swim on the deep side. Oh, man, you just scared. No, I'm not. And drug her over there. Like, look, I got your hand. He's on the outside of the pool holding her hand. She's in the pool. Then he just lets go. And then, of course, she can't swim. So she about drowns in the pool.
Melissa jumps in to save her.
Yeah, she come running outside because she shouldn't have left the kids unattended at the pool.
So this is where I text Marcus.
Why did she?
And I text him in all caps.
After the dude got murdered.
And I said, stop letting this girl babysit.
Right. That's exactly. Because the last time she was babysitting,
shit keeps happening when she babysits.
The other time, every time she's not a good babysitter.
No. Because me and Marcus talked about this for a while. Like, why would you leave 2 children in the pool by themselves if you babysit them? Like, no. Like, all right, come on, y'all getting out the pool with me. That's what you do.
Right.
You don't leave 2 small kids in the pool by themselves.
Everybody,
not even for a second.
Even if one of them wasn't a murderer, just normal.
We grew up with cartoons telling us this shit.
I know.
I was scared to leave my little brother in the bathtub for a second. I'm not leaving him in the bathtub for a second. So Malcolm, you're welcome. That y'all are still alive.
In the bathtub.
I didn't let you sit there. Yeah. She left 2 kids in a big ass deep water pool by themselves.
Yeah, yep. And
here he come with his sob story every time that his mom come ask him, hey, do you know anything about what happened? I don't know. I just wanted to know what happened. I just wanted to have us. We're finally a full, complete family, and I loved everybody.
She just swam on her own, and I was just sitting by the pool by myself. And
just wearing my pajamas.
What happened?
I had a boner.
Yep, that's pretty much what happened.
Yep,
so
that's exactly what
the
happened.
mom is also just like, she's spending time with them. It's like, she's in the hospital, but the dad
smiling just like the last time.
Yeah.
And Marcus texted me and said, they not the least bit suspicious of Dylan.
Yeah. Like, okay, she happened to be drowning in the pool.
Everybody around you either dies or gets hurt.
Right. And I text back and I said, they're too fucking happy to notice.
Yeah, that's all they wanted as a family, and they got it. And so that was his first move. He was like, I'm going to try to take her out. That didn't work. So now I got to figure it out to get rid of all of them.
He all talking all loud, looking at the picture. I'm going to get rid of you somehow. I promise.
So do they go again at the pool or what? He's at the pool some more?
This is
a cool shot of that pool.
He goes, this is where he talks to Melissa.
Yeah.
Or the part you said that he hits on her.
Yeah.
Well, we can tell that he was like liking her throughout, like he had a little crush, you know. But this time, he goes from...
He just laid his cards out there.
He's like, look, let's go in the other room and figure this out.
Look, I ain't playing no more. Like, you playing hard to get for too long.
He's like, look, baby.
Look, I haven't learned to masturbate yet, so you got to help me with this little boner.
Help me figure this out real quick. That's where I thought this movie was gonna go. I mean, I don't put nothing past nobody on Tubi.
Right. Well, you thought he was gonna be like 30 years old or something?
No, that would have been another thing. That would have definitely been another thing. They could have did that too. No, I thought he was gonna,
like Benjamin Button.
Yeah, he could have been.
Or Orphan. Orphan did that.
Yeah, they did do that. They absolutely did that. Yeah, he said something about that. Like he felt a connection when they hugged. He's like, yeah, I felt.
Dylan, you're 10 and I'm 17.
Exactly, I felt that connection.
I mean, I'll be 11 now. My birthday just passed. I'm 11. Let's do this.
He said, I'm 11. I'm a preteen. I have pre-adolescent hormones.
I got needs, baby. I got 11-year-old needs.
I got 11-year-old needs.
Right.
So yeah, she was like, "No, you're a kid, you know." And I'm just, you know, like we hang out. Like let's do something, you know, me and you. You know, I take you out to the movies. Something
Want
like
to go
that,
to
you know,
Legoland, movies,
hang out, you know.
Oh yeah, he mentions about getting Ryan. Now that Ryan's out the way,
yeah.
She's like, "What are you talking about?"
Yep. So yeah, so it's not successful. His game, you know, because he for real, like he's serious. Like it's not a flirtatious. No, he's like, look, I'm trying to. Like,
I love you.
We need to go ahead and define our relationship and stop playing these games.
I am your density.
But this is when Melissa becomes the smartest person in the movie.
Yeah, of course.
Because I actually thought one of the parents was going to.
What happens right here?
So Melissa, because she gets suspicious of Dylan. She's like, "Wait a minute, he practically admitting to killing Ryan."
About Ryan,
right? When he said being out the way, I don't know why the
Yeah.
crazy people always reveal themselves at some point
Because they can't hide their craziness for
they
long.
just can't help it,
right?
Mhm.
And so she I think she calls Dylan's old school first.
Oh, she started researching him.
Yeah, so she really started researching him. She calls his old school, and then they wouldn't give her too much information. They say, "Oh, well, Dylan, well, let me find out." And then they start looking up. Sorry, you got to talk to the police about this.
That's exactly what happens.
Yeah, and then she calls the police, and she actually talks to Marcus Houston, and he talks to her. He's like, "Yeah, Dylan was involved with when his whole family was murdered except for him." And there was something like his whole family died except for him. And but that was 2 years ago or whatever. And then she's like, well, because some stuff been happening since he's been here.
2 whole years ago.
Did we talk about how weird that is that he gave her that information?
Yeah,
it was very weird.
Like that's not.
Why would you say that over the phone to some?
He even said to her,
"Is she not related to him?"
Right.
He even said to her, because Marcus Houston even says to her, he's like, between you and me, I think he did it.
What? How unprofessional.
He absolutely says that.
And Marcus even texted me this. He said, these folks would not diverge that type of information. Yeah, that type of information to the babysitter.
No.
Next door neighbor. Yeah.
Not at all, Marcus.
So yeah, we got about 20 minutes left in the movie, and then because he mad that she got a boyfriend too, so she's like, he's just like, man, F you, I'm tired of you. So,
oh yeah, that's when I figured out where they were. So they live in Oakland. No, she said her boyfriend's in Oakland.
Yeah, her boyfriend's Oakland, so they live in.
And so they live in
a rich neighborhood.
Because I thought they said Sacramento. They said something about Sacramento in this movie.
I think the boyfriend, was the boyfriend coming from Oakland, but they may be in San Francisco then, or some of the San Francisco.
Or they're in the Bay Area. That's all I know.
Bay Area.
The Bay Area.
A rich part of the Bay Area, which is plenty of parts.
Which is the Bay Area.
Plenty of neighborhood.
The entire Bay Area.
So she tells the mom about the suspicions that she has, actually.
Oh, yeah. It shows Dylan. Yeah, Carrie. Which that's why I said this part is different for me, because usually in these type of movies, one of the parents are suspicious, and usually sometimes it's the mom. Mm-hmm. This mom is not suspicious,
not the least bit suspicious.
Yeah, she even
Melissa tells completely clueless.
He's saying Ryan got what he deserved, and I think that every time she let's that's her what she says. Wait, is that her aunt? They related?
Okay, Melissa.
Well, no, they're probably not related.
I think you might be dealing with some trauma.
Oh, yeah, black people.
You have some people call older people aunt,
and I know that
auntie,
it's hard losing a loved one. Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, but to blame something like this on a kid, that's taking it too far.
You don't understand. Dylan told me that Ryan got what he deserved, that every time that they got in trouble, it was Ryan's idea, that bad things happen to people like Ryan. Aunt Carrie, please, you
Melissa,
have to believe me.
Okay, listen, I appreciate your concern.
Why is she so dismissive?
Okay, but Dylan is a good kid. And what I don't appreciate is you blaming something like this on him when it was your cousin who decided to play with a loaded gun. And Dylan always tried to tell me this. That Ryan used to put things on him, and now you're doing the same thing.
Oh, I see why she did that.
Mrs. Reynolds.
Oh, she went from aunt to Mrs. Reynolds.
Okay, you have
real quick.
Yeah. She went from aunt to Mrs. Reynolds.
I ain't even noticed it.
Me either.
So
she went from Aunt Carrie to Mrs. Reynolds. Look, Mrs. Reynolds.
So she tried to tell her. She was like, "Look, something wrong with this kid. He crazy." I seen
he was
crazy
listening
stuff
the whole time, because you can't tell anybody about somebody in a movie. If somebody's crazy in that movie, you better make sure that you are far away from that person.
Right.
Don't be at
their
their house.
Make sure you got to be in a whole nother state.
Because they always listening in.
Right. I love that.
Unbeknownst to anyone.
Nobody else
that shit is in real life, too. That shit is in real life. You ever be talking about somebody and they be around the corner?
appear behind you. What you talking about?
Nothing, hand man.
So that's when Melissa calls all these people, calls the school, and calls the detective and stuff.
Yep. Oh goodness. So yeah, she does her research and she finds out, and so Marcus Houston's like, wait a minute, let's talk. I want to talk about this one, Dylan. Yeah. Let me talk to.
Put her on the phone. Put the 17-year-old girl on the phone.
Talk to this random girl.
I'm a detective. Yeah, it's ethical.
Yeah. Who are you? Who am I talking to? I don't know. I'm a neighbor, and I'm wondering about some case that you heard. Oh, okay, yeah. I'll tell you about it. The case is closed.
Bring up that file and tell you everything I know.
The case is closed.
And if you need to know my opinion, I think he did it.
He did it. So
his ass totally did it. It's between you and me.
You can say this on the record. On the record. Between me and you. On the record, off the record. You did it.
Yeah. He definitely, his little ass did it.
Yeah,
you stay right next door to a murderer. Yeah, I'm telling you that right now.
On my opinion, and my recommendation,
I wrote
on my recommendation to adoption agency was he was a murderer.
I would keep your eyes on that little asshole.
Oh man! So yeah. That's how the conversation.
Very unprofessional.
That's how the conversation is. He's telling her, oh my goodness. Yeah, that's what he said. Oh man.
So the case went cold.
He's telling her so
What
much.
about his
And she continued. This is the whole time we were talking. He was telling
What
her.
about his birth family?
picked him up on the side of the road when he was about 6 or 7. Kid's been in the system ever since.
I mean, he's literally at my house like every single day. I just need to know what happened to him and who did it. That's it.
Look, all I know
Talking
is
loud.
Dylan told a few of the counselors that his father was very abusive and his
Why
mother
is
let
she
him do it.
He's telling all this much.
I'm guessing that's where the scars and the burns come from.
Yep. Anything else
But,
you need me to tell you?
We have no record of his parents. All we know is making the whole thing up, or they could be dead.
Yep.
Any more confidential
We don't know.
information that I can give you?
Is there anything I should know?
she
Is he
asking him.
crazy? Should I be worried about him?
She said, fine to
But this
say,
kid has
yeah,
had several
girl.
psych evaluations in the last month.
That's why he's just giving so much. He like, yeah.
Yeah. Now where you live at?
Oh yeah, now.
Yeah.
Let me give you my personal number.
Call me on my
direct line.
So yeah, he did say that.
More
He did
detail.
say
that's what I said
he
that.
I
said
give you more detailed information
if you hear anything or not, you just
over
call
a
me.
nice cup of coffee.
So yeah. Yep. So yeah, she tells him that she thinks that he killed somebody. So
That she believes that
he tried to kill the little sister.
Right.
And,
So
she just got a gut feeling about it. She just don't know. She just got a gut feeling, but
See,
So
this
he's
conversation would make more sense if she said this stuff first and then he said this. But he was giving her information
before
just
he knew all that.
Right, just like just whoever called.
But,
I'm just tell everybody.
You can cut this conversation up a little bit because he's like, give me a call anytime. And what's your address? I'll be over there. That's what he said.
Yep.
So
Yeah, then he talks to the other detective and he's like, "Yeah, I might have to fly out there."
Because she sounded kind of,
I might have to get flued out.
Get flued out. Heard somebody on the phone. Out. Some neighbors. But yeah, let's go ahead. So, we almost done. So
yeah, we in Act 3.
Yeah,
so he done broken that. I mean, these folks ain't got no alarm on their house or nothing.
They ain't got
so
nothing.
He got the gun that she still put the gun there and
the same spot after the murder and everything. So suicide. So it would have been like, hey, let's move the gun at a different spot, or let's, I don't know. But yeah, so Dylan goes in to his neighbor's house, finds a gun, and now he's ready. He's ready to solve
be
all the
murdered.
problems. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what does he do first?
I knew I couldn't trust you, Melissa.
Yeah, he busts up into Melissa and Diane's house and pulls a gun on them. Because Diane doesn't believe Melissa until Dylan shows up with a gun. Now she's like, "Oh, whoa, hey!"
Yep.
I guess my daughter was right.
Then he shoots Diane
in the shoulder.
She'll
live. It was just a shoulder. He intentionally shot her.
Like, I mean, he got some perfect aim. Like,
I know.
Who is this
14-year-old kid? 11-year-old kid. Yeah,
he's been practicing.
Who is this kid?
And they got some cut scenes of him going to the gun range, apparently.
Yeah, that's definitely the deleted scene. So
when I was 11,
she was like, "Yep, we gonna be in a relationship too. You gonna be my girlfriend, ain't that right, Melissa? Huh? Girlfriend, wife? I heard your boyfriend was in town. Whatever."
So I broke up with him.
She said, "I'll be your girlfriend, whatever you want. Just don't kill me." Oh man, so yeah, he's all he wanted was a regular family, and they just got in the way. So stupid little sister came in and
they didn't have to do that. Yeah,
throw it up in my face, and now I gotta kill everybody. So
don't you love how he gives all this exposition like they do in real life? These situations.
Yep, exactly. That's how you know people going to die. Whenever the villain reveals everything.
I mean, he has really good, perfect aim.
And he was like 7 years old when he did this.
He shot both his parents, murdered both
In the
his parents in
head.
the forehead, directly in the forehead.
Look at him like he was trained by the police themselves. The way he's holding that gun down.
Yeah.
And where did he get that gun from?
The house.
He burned the house down and just walked away like he was.
He just walked away like young Sheldon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did. Like, going to school in my book bag. Happy go lucky. Going to school in my book bag. Murdered my parents.
There's got to be more to his story.
So he ends up murdering them, or at least looks like it.
Yeah. So this time he shot Diane in the chest. And he shot Melissa.
No, he shot Diane like 2 more times.
Yeah, he shot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He shot her in the chest this time, and he shot Melissa. Looked like more in the shoulder.
Right. We didn't see exactly where he shot, but he was like, "Oh yeah, he basically looks like he killed them." So he's like, all right.
Yeah, but then Melissa wakes up and she calls 911.
Find that out.
And then passes out, which I thought she died, but I think she just passed out because they don't show her ever again.
Yeah, I don't think she died. She probably.
Yeah, I don't think she died because she might. If they make a sequel, they have to have her there. But her mama did.
Oh, yeah. Yo, Alexa.
Yeah, because she wakes up enough to call
911.
To call 911, but then she passes out while she's on the phone with 911. But I don't think she's dead.
And Marcus Houston's on his way already.
Yeah, he is already. Yeah,
he happened to be.
He was already on
his
his way.
He was ready. The murder was happening. Yeah, she's called. Maybe she died though. She could have died.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think she did because she was shot in the shoulder.
Yeah, did that jump just then? Like what? Was that the next?
30 seconds.
Oh.
Yeah, because she got up to call 911. Then she passed out. That's why I said I don't think she died. She could because the fact I saw that she was shot in the shoulder, I'm like, I don't think she's dead. I think she passed out.
Yeah, I get it. But yeah, so he's on his mission that now he's going to kill the rest of his. Well, at least is he going to kill everybody in the family? Is that his mission? Or is he going to kill the sister?
I don't know because he goes in because the dad is still goofy because the dad walks in, he's like, hey, because Dylan's sitting at the table with a gun, and the dad walks in, he's like, I love my family. Oh, son, what you doing here with that gun?
Family. Toast to completeness.
Completeness.
Yep.
I'm a satisfied man with my completed family. With my
completed.
large house, 2 children, and beautiful wife.
I'm complete.
I am complete.
Come here, wife.
That's literally, hey son, what you doing? Listen to let's really listen to what he says because he absolutely Josh is not exaggerating.
No, I'm not. I am not
exaggerating.
Hey, Pops.
Hey, son, what you doing? What is that, a toy gun you got there?
He's laughing.
No, it's real.
He said, no, it's real.
It's real.
Takes him like an hour to realize.
Right.
So he's like,
I know, it does take him a long time.
he's like, real. And the kid's just sitting there just eating his cereal. Yeah, it's real. Son.
You're not my son.
Oh man. Yeah, he sure call him son a lot.
This is where Dylan fucked up, though. This is where Dylan fucked up.
Well,
he could because he assumed that they were going to give him away. So as stupid as his parents are, he didn't have to threaten the dad with a gun. He should have figured how stupid they are.
Yeah,
and just because he shot the neighbors, don't mean they're going to trace it back to Dylan. But actually, I think they said they did call the police on him. So maybe he had to act fast. So maybe that's what it is. It's the third act of the movie, and
but now
Dylan's like, okay, I can't play no more.
He is now
he's the Terminator.
Terminator chasing serial killer, looking at finding, the hiding person. Like he's the one with the gun, finding the person. Like, and he can't. He's also has super strength.
Right, like
Right. Me and Marcus
He
talked about
loses a
this.
fight
Like
to
this
this
is a
little boy.
11-year-old boy.
Yeah, but he does bite him and kick him in the balls. So I mean, those are very intentional spots that could hurt. But he is also a very tiny little boy.
Right. Because you bite me,
we just gonna have to deal
What
with
they
it.
should
First off,
have
I'm gonna
happened-
bite your ass back.
Right. Yeah. That's yeah.
And the hard and I bite a lot harder.
I told Marcus, we was talking about the end of this movie. I told Marcus, I said, the whole third act when it happened, it would just been me talking to police. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to accidentally kill this kid.
Wow.
He pulled out a gun and I blacked out.
I mean, it's self-defense at that point.
I mean,
this is
Josh
lawyer.
once
and it's self-defense.
smacked the kid just for waking him up. What the fuck you think he gonna do to a kid that got a gun pointed at him?
Man.
Josh would have smacked that kid like Krampus.
True story. There's a Josh's Journal episode about that. You can watch that on Josh's Journal to explain it in more detail. But yeah, he knocks the mom, and the daughter comes home, and he pushes her down the stairs. And
Does
she
he shoot the
falls.
mom or something?
No, he pushes
Or
her
just
down the
hits her?
stairs. He pushes
Oh,
her down
okay.
the stairs, and she like is in pain. and
Watch
can't
this.
move.
Watch this dumb ass.
This whole scene is stupid.
He knocks the kid out.
He knocks
runs
the kid
away, leaves the gun up
Leaves
there
the
with
gun.
the
With the
fucking
kid, yes,
With
yeah.
the serial killer kid.
Fucking idiot! You deserve
Super
what
idiot.
happens.
And
Whatever.
he's like, he's like she can't. When she fell down the stairs, and her whole leg is just broken. Obviously,
I had to
You know
rewind. the
what
scene.
else I would have did with his little ass? I would have knocked his ass out, picked his little ass up, and locked him in the fucking closet. Took that gun and got my family out of there.
Yeah.
Exactly. Why they act like they can't do that? They act like he's a
He
little
already
robot.
done knocked the kid out. Just pick his ass up,
picked his knocked up,
shove
knocked
him in
out
the fucking
person,
closet,
yes.
and lock him in there.
Right.
Mhm.
Barricade his little ass in the fucking closet. Grab the gun, get the fuck out of there. Call the cops. He's in the closet. Like, look, he's in the closet. I locked his little ass up in there. But this kid is a terror and a bastard.
And can you explain exactly how
Man,
the movie?
please, Josh. I would love
Josh,
for Josh.
I was
to
going to ask
explain.
Josh.
I love
to
how
explain.
Josh explains.
Josh, please explain the ending of this movie.
Okay, so they run downstairs, of course, and lift the kid with the gun upstairs. So they run downstairs, and he grabs the mom, and she kind of grabs her because she's like in pain or whatever. Then Marcus Houston and the whole entire police department kick the door down, and they're like, freeze, freeze, and stuff. And the husband's like holding his hands up, and then Dylan comes down with the gun with the cops, and he starts shooting. And it's just, you just zoom out and see the house, and you just hear a lot of gunshots. You don't know what's happening, just a lot of gunshots. And then immediately it's cut to this
Read it.
Read it.
this reading that says, this movie contains violent content, including child abuse and gun abuse, which may be too intense for some viewers. Please note that we do not support or condone gun violence, nor the abuse of children. If you or a loved one has been subjected to abuse, please reach out to the police or a health care professional. Your discretion is advised. National Domestic Violence Hotline.
And the number there.
And the number is listed below.
This is after the movie's over.
This is after the
movie is
but
over.
it's the same. It's the same disclaimer they had at the beginning.
Very
of it.
beginning.
It
At the
was
beginning,
Like, look,
so.
it's like two bookends on the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking love when Tubi movies do this.
Oh,
They
yeah,
always
that's-
put
I
in a
love
little
it.
message at the very
Yes.
end. that
After
just-
the most ridiculous.
Violence hotline. But see, the very so like not like the ending. It ended on a quote unquote cliffhanger because you could hear the gunshot, but you didn't see who got shot. So that's kind of like,
Well, I mean, that kid only had one gun.
yeah.
So either way, even if he shot anyone else, his ass got
lit
up. It wouldn't have mattered. He lost that one.
Yep.
Maybe they could have shot him in the leg. I don't know. Cause they're trying to make.
Not without
They're
them
leaving it
gunshot.
open they're leaving it open for a sequel. That's what they're doing.
And they probably
Without them gunshot, there's no fucking way.
Was somebody else going
shot him in the leg 40 times. Thank God we all knew how to shoot him just in the leg.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe they're all terrible shots and all shot.
Maybe he
at the
shot.
Like
staircase.
they're all stormtroopers. Can't hit nothing.
That's what you know. What the way this movie goes, he probably shot all those cops.
Yeah, it was actually 2 gunshots. That's how many gunshots
He
it was.
performed a wanted and should have curved the bullet to all the police and his family. Because the sequel most likely is going to be him adopted to a brand new family.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's going to be just like the godmother, stepmother. Because it's the same people involved.
Yeah, it is.
It's going to be just like stepmother.
Which I figured. I haven't seen that yet. But
yep,
these movies are all like that, though.
Yeah, that's it. That's the movie.
Yeah,
that is the
Adopted.
movie.
It's very fun to watch.
It is.
Yes,
fun.
I had a lot of fun watching this movie.
We talked about it a few times, so yeah, check it out. I think that's all we got, right? You got more thoughts?
Favorite character, real fast.
My favorite character.
Favorite character was Ryan.
Ryan was
no.
Yes,
no, my favorite character
he stirred
was,
the story up.
My favorite character was Dylan, man. I like Dylan.
Now,
Dylan was my favorite.
I like Dylan a lot, and I have to say, my argument for this movie, even though Dylan is the villain of the movie,
Dylan the villain,
I did not blame Dylan for a lot.
Dylan,
of his actions. I was like, everything that Dylan did was kind of justified a little bit.
I mean, you know,
I
just
get it.
without all the psychosis.
Yeah, he definitely needed a therapist.
Yeah.
Process his abuse. You know?
That's part of the problem. That's why I'm like, he kind of needs a backstory a little bit, because it's like, seriously, why can this kid shoot really well? How come nobody can beat him? How come nobody gave him like therapy? It's so much to this. It's like he's just in a movie with a bunch of stupid people. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
He
especially
is the
that couple.
Smartest person in this movie.
He is. Yes, he is.
Next to the neighbor
Melissa.
Girl. Mm-hmm.
But Dylan's smarter than her.
Melissa, right? Dylan's smarter than her because he's 10 years old and outsmarted. He got away with killing a whole family before any of this.
Yeah.
He's a master skilled marksman.
2 families.
And I'm not
His original
praising.
family,
I'm not
and
praising
his
this
adopted family.
crazy, shit. We're not, we don't.
No,
us
we do
at
not
the
condone.
WWTTPP PP podcast don't condone any of that shit. I'm just saying he's the smartest one.
Yep.
Out of everybody on this movie. The dumbest one in the movie, and probably my second favorite character is the dad, because he was so. He was
all he wanted was a complete family.
He was so stupid with happiness.
Yes, he
for
was.
his family. Yeah,
he definitely
goodness.
was. So the moral of the story is it's okay to not have a complete family.
You can wait.
You can survive. You don't have to do it all. It's not the
You
American
don't
dream.
have to do it all. You don't have to do it all right now.
Right, because it backfired in his face. So,
Fired, literally fire. Yes,
right.
Gunfire, absolutely.
Well, but if this movie doesn't get a sequel and they actually lit up Dylan, what's going to happen with the family now? What do you think is going to happen?
Oh, talking about the mom, the dad, and the daughter. They'll move on. Yeah,
they could do a sequel, and the father. We don't know nothing about Bella. You know,
True.
don't know nothing about Bella.
That would be interesting.
The adopted daughter.
They could do a part.
Yeah, they could do. Because honestly, if they did a sequel, I kind of want to see these parents again. Because they're so goofy. I did like the dad a lot.
This is what's gonna happen. All right, so the cops actually did kill Dylan. He's dead, and the family, they a week later.
A week later,
they're laying in the bed. They're like, we need a son.
Oh, that son
They
died.
sure
so
will.
They
sure
asses
will
would do that.
They adopt another son, and then we find out that Bella is actually also murdered her family when she was.
Yep.
So that's part 2.
Yep.
Oh,
that's part
yes. Yes.
I
that's
would
what I
not be
want.
surprised if
I
they
would
did.
love that. That would be a different type
Oh,
of sequel.
man.
Yes, I would love that.
So yeah, because we don't know nothing
Yes,
about her.
do that
So, yeah,
movie.
she's a
Yes,
murderer
we
too.
don't. Yes, she's a
Yeah,
murderer
it carries
too.
on. It's kind of like Smile.
Oh, yeah. So there it is. All right, I got it.
And then you find out that Dylan and Bella were conceived. Their original parents were they conceived them at this cult type place where kids turn out
Like,
evil and really good at killing.
Right. Evil
Explain the
incarnate.
backstory. Yeah.
And then you find out, that's the whole backstory. But that way it makes sense.
You don't have to make it make sense for Tubi though.
It's gotta make a little sense.
No, that didn't have to make any sense. All right.
Yeah, this is fun. I like this one.
Me too.
All right.
What a way to start off the year.
Yep.
Yep. Later.